Did Disney just learn a lesson about the phrase go woke and go broke?
Disney's once invincible magic is cracking, and standing right in the middle of the wreckage, Rachel Zegler. As the Snow White remake crashes and burns, the backlash has mutated into something even Disney couldn't have imagined. Old Simpsons and South Park parodies resurfacing, shredding Rachel's image and setting the internet on fire. But behind the memes, the real story is even uglier, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. The chaos swirling around Rachel isn't just about bad PR anymore. It's evolved into a symbol of a wider war. Audiences pushing back against Hollywood's tone-deaf decisions. It was supposed to be a fairy tale comeback. Instead, Disney's woke reimagining of Snow White became a historic disaster. Despite colossal marketing efforts, the movie barely scraped together $194.8 million worldwide. And with its monstrous production and marketing costs, experts predict Disney could bleed out as much as $600 million on this single project. Snow White didn't just flop, it shattered records for the worst opening weekend of any Disney live-action remake. Even Dumbo performed better, and Dumbo was considered a full-on box office embarrassment. In some countries, like Lebanon, Snow White was banned altogether. In others, movie theaters quietly pulled the film early, due to painfully low ticket sales. Disney's crown jewel had turned into dead weight. Every indicator showed that audiences weren't just disinterested, they were actively rejecting what Disney was selling. It wasn't just a bad movie, it was a cultural rejection. The box office failures reflect more than simple missteps. They reveal a catastrophic disconnect between Hollywood elites and the people they once effortlessly entertained. But if Snow White's financial failure was brutal, the public's backlash against Rachel Zegler was even more vicious. Instead of inspiring audiences, Rachel alienated them. During the promotional tour, she openly bashed the 1937 classic, mocking the love story and painting the original Snow White as outdated and creepy. Rachel proudly declared that her Snow White didn't need a prince, framing the character as a modern, independent woman. Sounds empowering on paper. In reality, it came across as dismissive and arrogant. The public didn't want a lecture. They wanted a magical escape. Instead, Rachel turned the world's most famous fairy tale into a woke sermon, and audiences walked away in droves. Even worse, Rachel's own political views poured gasoline on the fire. Past comments attacking entire voter blocks alienated millions. She wasn't just selling a movie, she was selling herself, and audiences weren't buying it. Then came the twist no one saw coming. Old clips from The Simpsons started exploding online. In one resurfaced episode, a doctor asks, "Are there any dwarves in the story?" The character replies, "Yes, but they're my own original creation," rattling off names like Krabby, Drunky, Hungry, and Greedy. Sound familiar? It's almost identical to what Disney and Rachel Zegler did, replacing the 7 dwarfs with bizarre, politically correct CGI creatures. And it didn't stop there. Later in the same Simpsons episode, a character jokes, "Snow White was brought back to life by a lady doctor. She lived happily ever after but couldn't play handball." Fans were stunned. How had The Simpsons predicted the exact blueprint of Disney's Snow White disaster? Over a decade ago. It was eerie. It was hilarious. And it poured gasoline on the fire. Even neutral viewers couldn't deny the uncanny similarities. A cartoon parody had become a grim reality, and Rachel Zegler was at the center of it. Internet outrage explodes. Social media platforms, TikTok, YouTube, Reddit, erupted. Thousands of viral videos accused Rachel Zegler of trying to ban and censor The Simpsons and South Park episodes that mocked her Snow White remake. Angry users theorized that Rachel was pressuring studios to remove anything that embarrassed her. The idea wasn't far-fetched. After all, Rachel had made it very clear during her interviews that she was hypersensitive to public criticism. The internet's rage hit a fever pitch. Memes flooded every platform. Rachel Zegler versus The Simpsons became a full-blown meme war. It wasn't just about a movie anymore. It was about pride, censorship, and the battle over who controls storytelling. And to many, Rachel Zegler symbolized everything that was wrong with modern Hollywood. But when you dig deeper, the truth is murkier. No, The Simpsons didn't release a new episode attacking Disney's Snow White. The viral clip came from Season 20, Episode 20, titled 4 Great Women and a Manicure, an episode that aired way back in 2009. and no credible outlet has confirmed that Rachel Zegler has formally demanded that episodes be removed. Yet the perception that Rachel is thin-skinned and would try to silence criticism, that perception fits perfectly with her public behavior, and that's what keeps the fire burning. In the court of public opinion, perception is reality, and Rachel's past actions made it easy for people to believe the worst. The lack of hard evidence didn't matter. The court of public opinion had already delivered its verdict. Rachel Zegler had become the internet's newest cautionary tale. Rachel has never been shy about confronting her critics. She's fought with trolls on social media. She's posted emotional videos about online hate. She once uploaded a clip of herself sitting in an almost empty theater during one of her own movie screenings, trying to make a point about resilience. But it only fueled more mockery. And during past elections, Rachel went viral for harshly criticizing Trump voters, posting things like, "May they never know peace." Statements like that earned her an army of haters who were ready to dogpile at the first sign of weakness. Rachel's defensive posture only made things worse. Instead of ignoring trolls, she gave them more ammunition, turning minor controversies into major PR nightmares. Every misstep created a feedback loop. The more Rachel responded emotionally, the bigger the backlash grew. In today's digital age, silence is often stronger than outrage. But Rachel never stayed silent for long. Rachel Zegler isn't just fighting for her reputation, she's now a symbol of Disney's broader failure to understand its audience. South Park already roasted Disney's woke storytelling in their Panverse special. Family Guy took jabs at the House of Mouse years ago. Beanie Bros, Critical Drinker, Nerdrotic. An entire ecosystem of YouTubers and meme accounts now thrives on roasting Disney's failures. Rachel's Snow White collapse has become a case study of what happens when corporations push a message audiences didn't ask for, fronted by actors who mock the original stories fans loved. Disney isn't just losing money, it's losing trust, and Rachel is right at the heart of that collapse. In every meme, every parody, every viral TikTok video, the same message echoes louder. We're tired of being lectured. Disney's magic trick of reimagining beloved classics has failed. Instead of nostalgia, audiences feel betrayed, and that betrayal is shaping a new future for Hollywood, one that looks very different from the past. The internet never forgets. Even if Rachel Zegler never officially demanded an episode be pulled, even if she never sues, the damage is already done. Memes will continue to spread, parodies will escalate. Future shows, whether it's South Park, Family Guy, or the next viral TikTok account, will keep dragging Snow White through the mud. And with rumors swirling that Rachel could be cast as Rapunzel in Disney's upcoming Tangled remake, the backlash might just be getting started. Will Disney double down and risk another PR disaster? Or will they finally realize that audiences aren't rejecting fairy tales, they're rejecting lectures? The choice is Disney's, but the clock is ticking, and the internet is watching. More importantly, the battle over Hollywood's soul is just beginning. The next few years will decide whether traditional storytelling can survive, or whether it will be replaced by corporate preachiness and sanitized modernizations no one actually asked for. Rachel Zegler's Snow White meltdown isn't just about one movie or one meme. It's the perfect storm. Corporate arrogance, tone-deaf marketing, and a new generation of audiences fed up with being talked down to. Whether Rachel demanded censorship or not, her name is now cemented in the public consciousness, a warning sign flashing bright red over Disney's crumbling kingdom. The memes aren't going away. The parodies will only grow harsher. And unless Disney changes course fast, Snow White will just be the beginning of a much bigger fairy tale. One where the villains aren't witches, but the studios themselves. Once upon a time, Disney enchanted the world. Now, it's fighting to survive its own mistakes. Now it's your turn. Do you think Rachel Zegler is being unfairly targeted? Or is this the internet holding Hollywood accountable for forgetting its own audience? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.